I'm Massimo Ruzzene. I'm a professor in mechanical engineering, and I'm also the associate dean for research in the college. One of the potential implications of the studies of the skull is to improve on our ability to radiate ultrasound into the skull-brain interface and into the brain, and potentially image those from a medical standpoint. So we can maybe diagnose conditions with the ultrasound techniques, and ultrasound, as we know it, is one of the safest, less expensive imaging technique that is available. So if we can improve that and, let's say, reduce the need for MRI technology for understanding conditions related to the brain, could have a huge impact in our ability to diagnose those type of medical conditions. A number of colleagues of mine, we have a joint project where we're studying the dynamic behavior of skulls, and dynamic behavior means how waves propagate in the skull. Normally, people are interested in the ultrasonic imaging of skulls and other objects, and these are very high frequency waves. We're looking at relatively lower frequency waves and waves that travel on the surface of the skull and not necessarily through the thickness of the skull. We're thinking that those lower frequency waves could be used for imaging, either the skull itself, so seeing if there's any defects or any abnormalities in the skull, or whether those waves can then radiate into the brain and then can be used for imaging of the brain, which is considered as the holy grail for ultrasonic imaging. But I think we're making strides to identify ways where ultrasonic imaging of the brain can become more feasible than it is right now. The skull itself is a complex system. It's not a material that I've studied before. It's new to me, but I've also found out it's relatively new to everybody in terms of the types of waves that we're looking at. So there's not a lot of literature on it. We happen to have good tools, experimental and simulation-wise, to study it. What I like about CU Boulder in this context is the fact that there are a number of researchers in the biomedical program that are working in related fields, and so I would like to engage with them, and I'm planning to engage with them, and also the collaboration with CU Anschutz, that it's getting closer and more tight and provides more opportunity for exchange of information, and that's something that CU Boulder is getting very well equipped to do.